Guys, we are here in beautiful historic downtown Wilmington on the corner of 7th and Dock Street. This is the historic Smith Sternberger residence, aka my house. And I am so excited that we are finally breaking ground on the renovation on the inside. For the last 3 years, since 2019, we've been working on the exterior renovation. The house, if you have seen any of my Facebook posts, the house used to be Pepto-Bismol pink, and now it is beautiful Williamsburg white blue, which is part of the Benjamin Moore Historic Collection. It's their Williamsburg collection, which is historically accurate for the time period this house was built. I try to keep the house in keeping with the 1891 date as much as possible. Shout out to all the people that worked on this house. Southern Exteriors did a wonderful job on the fascia, the soffits. There's photos of this house where the entire soffit was rotted, the fascia was rotted. NC Lumber Supply custom milled all of my soffits because I wanted it to be the exact as they are, and they don't make that style anymore, so we actually had them all custom made. Drywall and painting did a awesome job painting the house to preserve all that woodwork that we did. And then we also had the front porch rebuilt. Skylar Turner did a awesome job with the landscape design. One of the things that we got rid of or has been replaced is this brick walkway. It was really hard to walk on. It was kind of a safety hazard, so we had it ripped up and we had a new one installed. My dad actually designed the landscape plan for the front yard. I think we got a little crazy with some of the plants. They're getting a little big, but it looks really cool. It's a nice separation from the street. Like I said, the front porch was actually starting to rot and cave in. So we've actually reinforced the entire front porch and have rebuilt it. So it's nice and sturdy now. You don't have to worry about falling through, which is always a positive. And as we come around, so the house does have actually let's look at the plaque real quick. So again, this is the Smith Sternberger residence, and it was built in 1891. One of the coolest moments that I experienced at this house is right when I first moved in, Fred Sternberger, who was actually born in this house. He was 98 years old. This was back in 2019. He was 98 at the time. Unfortunately, he passed away during COVID. But I got to meet him, and he was born here. And he and I got to walk through the house together. And it was a really, cool moment because he was telling me about the history of the home and what the rooms used to be back whenever he was born in the early 1900s. So it was a really surreal moment. But then as we come around, so like I said, the exterior has already been redone. So here you can see what we've done to the backyard. This will be the door to the kitchen whenever the house is officially done. And then see Jackson and Commodore. Nope. So we have a little AstroTurf area for them. Come on, boys, come on. We have an AstroTurf area for the dogs so they can play. Stop, guys. And then we do have barricades. As you can see, they are necessary. So the barricades will keep the dogs away whenever we're entertaining or whatever. And in the backyard, if you were ever here before this backyard was gross. It was a mixture of brick and concrete. Plant holders that were built. I'm not really sure what they were, to be honest with you. But it felt really small. It was a rusty chain link fence. Skylar also did this beautiful fence. He did these pavers for me. He refurbished the staircase and everything, which turned out really beautiful. Over where the grill is actually the future hot tub area. I had to postpone. I waited a year for this hot tub and had to postpone it because the contractor doesn't want it to get damaged during the renovation. And then American Fire Design did a wonderful job with this custom fire pit here. It's natural gas, so it hooks right up. And then we do have the TV about here as well. It's protected with a armor case, so it won't get damaged during the hurricanes and things like that. So anyways, this is the design, the backyard. It's a perfect place to entertain. And then we're going to come back around up to the front of the house and talk about what we've got going on here. In 3 days is demo day, so all right, so as we come in, we are going to be doing some work to the foyer. So one of the things that's been recommended is to take this chandelier out, and because it kind of makes this room feel really short. although this room is about 19 feet tall. It's a really tall room, but this chandelier kind of like limits that. So we're gonna get rid of the chandelier, move the light over, do a surface light, and we're actually going to do a grand chandelier up in this space on the second floor that really gives it some height and some volume and doesn't weigh down the space like this one does. Another thing that's going to be changing is the area right here. We're actually going to maximize this space by bringing this wall out, and we're going to put an oven on the other side in the new kitchen. So I'll go over that in just a second. So this is kind of the idea for the new foyer. So you can get a service light. It's going to have the French doors. Can I get an idea there? And then this is the new lounge. So in this room, I've already replaced the lighting, so that's not going to change. The biggest thing in this room is pretty much done, is getting a working fireplace. So this is going to be called kind of like the club room or like a lounge area. And you can see here what we got kind of going on. We got this coffee table. We're gonna have 4 club chairs and then some ottomans. So it's like a room to hang out, kind of have pre-game drinks, play cards, play games, things like that. This is the current dining area here. This will actually become the living area. And if anyone wants a fish tank, that one is available. You can take it home today. It is all yours. But you can see this is kind of the vision for this room whenever it is completed. So this wall will be closed in. There'll be a sofa with a Chase lounge against this wall. And the folks over at Lux are working on a wall of art. Can't think of the word for that right now, but that's okay. And then there'll be a chair here. And again, that fireplace will become working again. One of the major structural changes is this wall is going to be opened up. So one of the things I did not want to change is I like the coziness and like the intimacy of having the separate rooms and the separate spaces. But one of the challenges is the kitchen is in the very back of the house right now, and it's really hard to entertain because you're stuck in the back and everyone else is up here. So I wanted to have more of a cohesive living and kitchen area. So we're gonna take this wall out, and that being said, this will be the new kitchen. And so like I said earlier, that the oven is going to go in this wall right here. We're going to put some custom cabinets around it. This door here leads to under the staircase, which will become a new pantry. And then this door I'm going to replace, glass door, and that's that door that we saw on the side porch that you'll see. And then we'll have cabinetry that wraps around through here. The oven is going to go, or I'm sorry, the refrigerator will go on this wall. There'll be an island here, and on the island will be the cooktop. Doing stained island, leathered granite, which is really cool. It's super durable. We're going to do a 4-inch mitered edge, which is going to look really, really good. And then we're doing an off-white, because I didn't want the stark white, off-white perimeter cabinets with a white quartz with black and gold veining. And we're going to carry that quartz up the wall as well, which is going to look really, really good. I'm super excited about that. I think it's going to be really, really nice. And then this room right now currently is the dog room. So this house, you'll notice, look at the trim detail on this, and then come over to this side over here. And you'll notice the history of the house. It's an interesting detail. So this was the servants' area. So this was not, the family that built this home did not focus as much on the detail. You'll notice the millwork is very different, even on the windows in this area. It doesn't have that capital, it doesn't have the bead, it doesn't have the pediment, because this is the area that the family would not come to. This was the servant's staircase, this was the servant's entrance place. So it's kind of cool to see the history and like the architectural elements that kind of define the spaces. But anyways, this is the rear foyer, if you will. This does lead out to the backyard where my dogs are, you can hear them. And then this will be pretty much the same thing. We're just gonna put new flooring in here and obviously putting in a different light fixture. The emerald linoleum's gotta go, and then the beautiful light fixture also will not be a part of the new house. So I'm pretty excited. Right behind me, Jack and Linda renovated their bathroom, and they gave me the opportunity to get this beautiful clawfoot tub that had just been renovated, and they just didn't want it. So it's in perfect condition. I'm using the first words right now, but it's in perfect condition, and it will go in the new bathroom. So the current kitchen will actually become the new bathroom. So we're gonna bring this wall in, and it's gonna be about 6 foot 6 inches wide. The back here is gonna be where the clawfoot tub will go. This window will be removed. Around the clawfoot tub on those 3 sides is gonna be an emerald glass tile that goes from floor to ceiling. This room is gonna have a white and black marbled checkered pattern. It's gonna be like a marbled black and white. And then we're gonna do a green vanity, gold mirror, 2 sconces on a sconce on either side. It's gonna be black wainscoting in the entire area other than where the tile is. And then the folks over at Luxe picked out this beautiful, it's like a green, lush palm print wallpaper, which is gonna look really, really cool. I'm super excited. I've been wanting to do that for a really long time, so I'm like really excited to be finally able to implement that. And then again, we're gonna pull this wall back, close that wall off, and you'll actually enter the butler's pantry through the rear foyer, or the former servants area of the house. And this will be cabinetry. So imagine that wall being pushed back, this wall being closed in. In this room, there'll be a refrigerator. There'll be, I have an addiction to small appliances. You can see it here and over there. I am going to store all of them in here so they're not part of that new open kitchen. And there's going to be a sink in here. And it's just going to look really, really good. I'm really excited to have an area that kind of tucks all that away. Downstairs, I want to show you this. So there are very few homes in Wilmington that feature a basement, and this is one of them. And so kind of lucky to have that here. And it's a nice basement too. It actually has quite a bit of headroom. So all this is going to go. New staircase is going to be put in because the staircase is not very safe, honestly. It's kind of scary. So down here, we're actually going to replace where the windows were. They're all boarded up now, but allow some of that natural light to come in. I think that's really going to help freshen up the space. We'll have all of the walls acid washed to remove. There is definitely a lot of mildew and probably mold down here, if we're going to be honest. So acid wash that. Level out the floor. So there's a lot of issues with the floor right now. Level it out. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Naked Fin Poke Bowl. So it used to be over on Eastwood, but they did a really cool, like, it's an epoxy resin, and it's like multi-dimensional, and it's got a lot of movement. It's blue, but I'm gonna do that on the floor. I think that'll look really, really good. It'll kind of brighten up the area. And down here, my vision is kind of like a speakeasy, just like kind of like a hidden, room down here. I think it's just really neat, something unique to this house, so why not fully utilize it? So I'm planning on putting a sofa, TV, and then maybe some games down here and whatnot. It'll be a little hangout area. So behind the water machine, that's actually going to be the entry, and I'll clearly need a shed because there's a lawnmower inside my house. Behind here, this will be the entry to the future butler's pantry. So this will actually go into that butler's pantry we were talking about. And then upstairs, there's not a bunch going on upstairs. One thing I did not mention is the house has knob and tube wiring, so it's a huge fire hazard. So part of the renovation is not only cosmetic, but actually functional. So we're ripping out all the electrical, putting in all new electrical, and we're also putting in all new plumbing because the plumbing here is not really that great. So this up here in the landing is going to be a reading nook. And again, part of that, more than cosmetic, is going to be replacing and repairing some of the water damage that we've sustained over the years. So you can see here, there's some issues with flashing. There's some water issues going on. So we just need to properly flash that porch so that we don't prevent further damage in the house. And then the bathroom up here, this room's pretty much staying the same. We're gonna pull this wall in. This laundry room is really big. We're gonna pull this wall in a little bit, in about a little bit, 2 feet actually. Because we're redoing all the plumbing, so we have the flexibility to do so because there's all the plumbing's getting replaced anyway. And then this is gonna be completely gutted, this bathroom. The vanity is actually gonna be moved to this side, And then where we're moving that wall back 2 feet will be all the new shower. So it's gonna be a Roman style walk-in shower, which I'm looking forward to because I've been using that for way too long. So the house has sustained water damage over the years, which has led to this beautiful work of art, which is a popcorn plaster, I don't know, ceiling. It's bad, really bad. So it'll be ripped down, replaced with sheetrock, look much better. And then other random facts of the house, this hole in the floor will be no more plywood floors in my house. I'm looking forward to that. I guess I could store things down there, I don't know. But that will not be here any longer. And then one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is installing storm windows with a tent over all the windows. It is a good 10 degrees, if not 15 degrees warmer in this room than the rest of the house right now because that sunlight's coming in. And these are single pane. These are the original windows. They're single pane. They're not energy efficient whatsoever. So having that storm window is going to help with the energy efficiency. And it's also going to help with noise because this house, if you're inside, you can hear everything outside and everyone outside can hear everything that happens on the inside. So it'll be nice to have a little bit of a noise buffer as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what we got going on. Demo day is in 3 days. So right now I'm packing, moving into my condo, getting everything out of the house, which has been a task. And then, so first is gonna be demo. And then we're actually going to start rebuilding the house and bringing it back to its former glory. And I can't wait to take you guys on the journey. Have a great day.